What's up, guys? This is just a little impromptu video I'm going to throw together here. First of all, to let you guys know, I am in the new house now. We've had for the last probably 2 weeks, we've been just insanely busy trying to get moved and everything. So that's why, if you've noticed, the uploads have been a little inconsistent, but that should be ironing itself out here pretty soon. So you should see more regular content very soon. But on that note, I have a couple ideas to run by you guys. If you remember back when I put out the video talking about the 99 and the stuff that was wrong with it and what I needed to do, one of the suggestions I asked for from you guys was what to do with the exhaust because it needs catalytic converter. One thing that I learned from the comment section in that video is that there are a lot of opinions on headers and different kinds of exhaust modifications for 3800s. And as I looked it up online, I found even more different opinions. So I came up with some stuff, and I'm thinking of doing this as a series. So let me spell this out for you. You guys can let me know what you think. The way I see it, you essentially have got three major options. You've got the power logs and downpipe method. You've got the cheaper headers like the Speed Daddy headers. And then you've got the higher end headers like what ZZP sell. Now, from a design standpoint, I think we can probably all agree that ZZP's headers are probably as good as you're going to get as far as an exhaust upgrade for a 3800. But there is a huge price difference between them and the other two. Now, the way I see it, if we really want to see what these things can do, I'm thinking we shoot the middle, and the reason why, it stands to reason that if headers at all are going to improve power, that the Speed Daddy headers are a good set to test. We know they're not as good as ZZP, so if they can produce an actual increase in horsepower, then it stands to reason that the ZZP headers would only do better than that. Also, if they don't produce any increase in horsepower, then we also can pretty much guess that the power logs and downpipe setup is probably also not going to produce any power because they're not going to be as high flow as actual headers would be. So by testing the middle of the road option, we can kind of get a good feeling for all three options. In addition to that, I've found a source for a pretty crazy inexpensive set of Speed Daddy headers. So what I'm thinking about doing is doing this as a series. Now, I won't be able to do this one video after another. It's going to take a little time. So these will be sprinkled throughout my normal content. But what I'm thinking about doing is we get these headers and I walk you guys through every piece of making these things work as good as you possibly can. And by that, I mean any modifications that need to be done to get better ground clearance, to make them fit better, to move the oxygen sensor, etc., etc. I've got access to either the equipment or people who do to do pretty much anything I need to do to make those work. And I can walk you guys through that. I can keep a running tally of how much that's going to cost, which will give you a good idea of A, how good they come, but also what it will realistically take to make them as good as they can be. And then I can show you guys along the way befores and afters of whether or not it was even worth it, whether we made any power, what we made, etc., etc. Things that I want to document. Baseline number, which is horsepower and torque as the car sits right now. And I'll be using my 99 GTP. I think that's probably the best car to use. Also, boost before and after, and along with that, I'm going to show you guys some gauge installs because it needs a boost gauge or I'm not even going to be able to show you that. I also want to do ET before and after, which once the drag strip opens, I should be able to get that. And dyno numbers before and after, that being the biggest thing. I think with that, we can compile a huge amount of information on headers in general, but specifically on Speed Daddy headers, which will give you guys a lot of information going forward. Another good thing about that, I was also thinking, is then at the end of that series, we'll have a baseline. We'll have everything I need, like all the numbers for that car. And if this series is successful, if you guys like it, I could then carry that on to doing before and afters and horsepower gains in between a lot of other popular modifications. and just could be a lot of information, I think. So what I need from you guys, whether or not you think this is a good idea and whether or not you'll watch if I make those videos. This will entail a pretty decent time and money commitment from me, because dyno time and all this other stuff isn't going to be cheap or easy necessarily, but completely doable. Also, any questions, ideas, things you want to see, questions I can answer along the way just to make sure that I don't miss anything, and predictions. Just because I'm curious to see what you guys think about whether or not these headers are worth anything or not. Are they going to cost too much to modify to even be worth having? And am I going to make any power at all at the end, or is this all just going to be an experiment that shows what a waste of time it is? So if you guys could give me that information, if you like this idea, and if it looks like you guys want to see it, I will get to work on it soon. And like I said, it'll be a series of videos. I'll probably break it up into several, so I can really show you all those steps along the way. But let me know and we'll see what we can do with that. Other than that, I'm out of here for this video, so make sure that you like it. Make sure that you are subscribed to my channel, as I am just cracking 700 subscribers, and especially putting all this money into this, it would sure be nice if we could get over 1,000 and I could maybe make whatever $20 or $30 YouTube will give me in ad revenue to go towards some of this stuff. And make sure you've hit the bell icon and share my videos and let everyone that you know to check it out. I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and peace.